Welcome to the weekend edition of the Fast Five by Fear and Greed. I'm Michael Thompson, and hello, Sean Aylmer.
Hello, Michael.
Sean, on weekdays, it's all about the Fast Five, where we go through the top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. On the weekend, though, we still keep it to 5 minutes, but we're going to pick out the biggest story of the week, our favourite story, the sleeper story, which is one that tends to fly under the radar, maybe not getting the attention that it deserves, and the most remarkable story. So let's get into it. Can I kick us off with the biggest story of the week?
Sure. I think we're going to agree on it anyway, Michael.
Yeah, I think we might. It is really the only story that everyone's been talking about internationally, the crisis in Ukraine. I will keep it brief because it's something that just keeps evolving. The week started with Russia facing strong resistance from Ukraine, which led to really an escalation of the conflict. More Russian troops pouring into the country, long lines of tanks, armoured vehicles, more missile strikes. Russian President Vladimir Putin put his country's nuclear forces on high alert. Sean, the death toll's rising. Ukrainian cities are starting to fall. 2 rounds of peace talks have failed. And Vladimir Putin declares that the invasion is on track and that he will fight till the end. The international condemnation has been loud. It is getting louder. Countries, including Australia, are providing lethal aid to Ukraine. Russia's finding itself increasingly isolated. Putin isn't backing down, adding the impact on financial markets. This is the biggest story of the week.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Some of those commodity markets are incredible. Crude oil prices above $110 and staying there. LNG prices at 6-month highs. Coal prices are soaring. Thermal coal hit an all-time high this week. Wheat prices are up. Big story.
Yeah, certainly is. What was the most remarkable story for you, Sean?
Well, for me, it was the 863-page statement of claim filed in the federal court alleging 500 breaches of anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing provisions by Crown Resorts. Now, Austrac says Crown did everything from accepting cash in shoeboxes and plastic bags to maintaining a relationship with customers suspected of being involved in sex slavery. Quite incredible. These charges are yet to be proven, but there are a couple that just flummoxed me, really. There's a claim that one customer known to be a money laundering risk was still doing business with Crown after the Victorian Royal Commission found the casino giant unfit to run a casino. Unbelievable. The second one, Austrac alleges Crown failed to assess 60 high-risk VIPs who bet in excess of $70 billion in the 5 years after March 2016. 60 people, $70 billion. Remarkable. Of course, Crown hasn't commented directly on the allegations, but of course it has said that it's overhauled its anti-money laundering systems, and all these allegations are still to be proven. Pretty remarkable, though.
Yeah, certainly is. The most remarkable story for me this week, Sean, is the scale of the flooding throughout Queensland and New South Wales. So much rain, so much water. Death toll tragically in the double figures across the 2 states. The focus was really on Brisbane and in the northern New South Wales towns of Lismore and Ballina. Probably the best demonstration of just how significant this flood was came from Lismore. 1974 was the last time they had a record-breaking flood. They have floods pretty regularly, unfortunately, but 1974, the Wilsons River, touch over 12 metres. This week, it peaked more than 2 metres higher than that. It was over 14 metres. Just extraordinary. Insurers are bracing for claims. Federal government has announced relief packages, but this disaster is going to cost billions. It is just remarkable. Those images coming out of those towns and out of Brisbane, pretty frightening.
Tragic, really tragic.
All right. Sleeper story, Sean. So one that's probably not getting the attention that it deserves. I've got a good one for this, and it is a big story that didn't get the attention that it deserves because of the stories that we've already mentioned, because of Ukraine, because of the floods. But the report from the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change was released this week. It is terrifying. Half the planet's population highly vulnerable to a devastating array of climate impacts, and time's nearly run out to ensure a livable future for all. The report has a list of things that are getting worse because of rising temperatures, things like species extinction, heat waves, insect-borne disease, megastorms, water shortages. It sounds like a disaster movie. It didn't get the attention that it should have this week.
I totally agree with you. That is a story which in any other week would be front page.
All right. Well, I think we agree there. What was your favourite story of the week, Sean?
I have to go. I am an economist by training, at least. I have to go through the economics out this week. We had everything. We had the Reserve Bank talking up the economy. We had growth printing at 3.4% during the December quarter, the strongest in 46 years. The annual pace of growth last year was 4.2%. consumers are spending. The good news, in a funny way, is that government has been able to pull back a bit of its spending, which is exactly what you want it to do, given how much it's outlaid over the last few years. We've also got Jerome Powell in the US saying that interest rates will rise this month, and that's because the US economy, the world's biggest, is doing well. So my favourite story is just the fact that we stand here on a Saturday knowing that the global and local economy are firing on all cylinders.
I know it's a bit of a cop-out for me to agree on your favourite story, Sean, but that is such a big story, an important story, and actually a bit of a feel-good story to finish on, so I'm with you.
Good. Great.
All right, there we go. 5 minutes, pretty much everything you need to know in the world of business. Thank you very much, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
We'll be back on Monday morning with the top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed.